Welcome back to Big Mouth and welcome to my Doctor Who Season 11, Episode 6, Demons of the Punjab review. It seems to me that every episode of Season 11 gets you like, wow, this is going to be amazing. This is going to be the best episode of Doctor Who ever. By minute 20 to 25, you're starting to go onto Twitter because you're bored and disinterested. And this is exactly what happened with this episode. This episode looked and sounded amazingly. It was shot like a feature, and a lot of people worked really hard to put it together. A lot of talented people. And for those people, I say, I appreciate your hard work, but the episode was still boring. It's amazing, really, that this was a Yaz episode. And they did nothing, absolutely nothing, to develop her character. And I'm wondering why the brother had to die. I understand the motivation for the brother bringing those people there from his point of view. I just don't understand why the brother died, apart from the writer saying we have to do something a bit compelling here, a bit emotional. So I guess that's why he had to die. In fact, they didn't really do a good job with any of the characters apart from the character that's come out of this whole series really well. And that's Bradley's bangers. That's Bradley Walsh. Bradley Walsh is Graham. This character is more the Doctor than the Doctor is. When he embraces that guy, I'm thinking, this is the Doctor that we deserve. This is the Doctor that we need. This is the Doctor that we want. But we're not getting that Doctor. And Jodie's Doctor is overusing the sonic. How many times did we get complaints about 10's Doctor and 11's Doctor overusing their sonic and it's solving problems instead of the Doctor solving problems? It's getting really annoying how often she, boom, oh, this will give me all the answers. She's not actually using her brain. It's all about the sonic. And it got me to thinking maybe they got her using the sonic so much so we don't forget she's actually the Doctor. This is New Age TV. This is the way it's produced. Let's get all political. Now, the people defending Season 11 of Doctor Who saying, hey, people saying this isn't Doctor Who. Well, you don't know anything about Doctor Who because Doctor Who started off as an educational TV show. All shows start off as one thing. All concepts start off as one thing, but they evolve through time, not devolve. When Doctor Who came out, it was 1963. Things have changed. This is the pacing of the classic series. I'll give you that. But you can't have that type of pacing. Now, I was interested in this episode until the Doctor banished the demons and said, well, you can get married now. And they won't interrupt us for 18 hours. Once she said that, I knew, oh, God, we're just going to be sitting around the campfire with these bloody characters moaning how hard they've got it. And guess what? That's exactly what happened. And as I say, the only positives from this episode are the music. Sagon, that is his name, isn't it? I keep on saying it every week, don't I? His music this week was loud and emotional. I didn't appreciate yet again the music replacing the Doctor Who theme. There's no need for it. It isn't clever. You're not doing anything flash or cool. It may be new, but there's no need for it. You do it once in Rosa, fine. You do it again, and you're just repeating what you've done before. Let me tell you something. This isn't Doctor Who. Now, if something's different and new and it works, it's great. But when something is new but doesn't work, that's a problem. This isn't about even the ratings. Doctor Who will keep on going because Doctor Who makes money for the BBC. They don't even give the international rights to Netflix, which most shows do these days. They actually sell the show themselves because it makes more money for them that way. But the reality is here. But this is the kind of woke, political storytelling and writing we're getting in TV film today. And for me, it comes with a sadness. Let's look at the episode. What did this episode actually have to keep us watching? Last week, by the end of the episode, it dipped to 5.9 million, which a lot of sites didn't tell us. They were going about 6.3, 6.4, but not telling us the truth. And I think a lot of people who follow Doctor Who are not telling us the truth. You go and watch a lot of reviews. They'll kind of give a polite review and then dig at it a little bit instead of just saying, do you know what, guys? I didn't actually like this episode. They'll say they loved the episode when they actually didn't. I think the disappointing thing here is that Yaz has been under and poorly developed from day one. And when you get an episode about a character and you do nothing to develop her, that is really troubling to me. Because here's the truth. It's not about developing characters. It's not about giving the audience something. It's about saying, ooh, look, we've got a female doctor. We've got a black companion. We've got a white companion. We've got an Anglo-Indian companion. Right? That's it. That is new age TV and film. This is what they do. It's not about the product. It's not about giving us something. This era of Doctor Who so far, and we're 6 episodes in, so I think we can pretty much judge it as a body of work, is just not very interesting. You can tell me this is what Doctor Who used to be. I don't give a crap what Doctor Who used to be. But when you look at the new era has always been bolshy and exciting. And the episodes look great, but people are telling me this looks better than New Who has ever looked. Why? Because they're using a new camera. Stephen Moffat's Doctor Who, whatever criticism we throw at him, looked brilliant. I would say that Chibnall's era is real. He wants to reflect the real world. The sci-fi was crap. And let's talk about the demons. If the demons weren't in this episode, it wouldn't have mattered. But I can imagine what Chibnall and the guys and girls in the writers' room said. We better give these idiots an alien so they don't complain there's no sci-fi. And what do we get? Compassionate aliens. Ryan even said it. Every week we're getting villains who are not actual villains. Oh, apart from Krasgo and that Trump guy in the episode. Was it before last or was it last week? I can't even remember. I think it was the episode. It was the Spiders episode, wasn't it? So apart from the 2 white men, right, we've actually had... What they tried to do with this episode say the humans were the bigger villains than the aliens. So these aliens are just there to observe. But they were pointless. Now, it sounds like Nicholas Briggs did the voice fantastically well. I think it was him anyway. But the aliens were pointless. Again, a lot of people are saying, because Chibnall didn't write this episode, this was a better version of Jodie's Doctor. I don't really agree. She's just doing what she's doing every week. She's not wholeheartedly front and centre of the episodes. Now, what I liked in the premiere, she actually was front and centre. It was actually about her. But since then, the episodes are not really about her. And when, like with Demons of the Punjab, when you want to put the guest artists and guest characters so in the forefront, you better make them interesting. Now, the dynamic between the 2 brothers, which was really, really, really interesting, was interesting, just they didn't do enough with it. And I really do feel there was no need to kill off the brother, apart from being hard-hitting and compelling. Now, I want to kind of go off subject here and talk about Pearl Mackie's bill. I think they were wrong. Chibnall was wrong to sack her, but basically Chibnall pretty much sacked everyone from the past era of the revival and brought his own people. And he's brought every colour, every demographic, and that's all he's interested in. This is what Doctor Who is now. It's Doctor Woke. Keep Pearl Mackie's bill in. Don't kill her off in the season 10 finale. And what you do is you have connective tissue. You could have had her with Ryan and Graham. You know, she could have been Yaz. You wouldn't have needed Yaz because they've done jack all with Yaz anyway. So you could have had Bill in that role instead. And there would have been that connective tissue, especially of her remembering the past Doctor. And there could have been some great things with that as well. There was a line, wasn't there, when the Doctor says, "Oh, I never did this when I was a man." And it's like, ha ha, very funny. Oh, and then she says, yes, I'm just joking about gender and all that. And it's all about talking down to the audience. And what this Doctor Who is, it's trying to present a world that the BBC and Chris Chibnall think we should have. But here's the thing. You can't tell us what to think. You can't tell us how we see the world. Now, a lot of people say, "Oh, this is such great education for children." How many children do you think were watching last night? I would say not very many. I remember when families were sitting down and enjoying Doctor Who in the RTD era. And there was education back then. Do you remember the Pompeii episode? That was very educational. But guess what? It was interesting. And the actual alien element was represented in a great way. It wasn't just put in there for 15 minutes, then all of a sudden they're good guys. Those, you know, was it the Pyrovars? I can't remember, right? But they were great. And the whole episode was great. What about that scene in the TARDIS when Donna forces the Doctor to stop and go back for those people? That tells me a lot. The difference of mentality. You've got an educational episode that is entertaining and compelling. And that final bit in the TARDIS with Donna and the Doctor talking about the moral aspect of leaving people behind is so massive. And we didn't get this in Demons of the Punjab. Because these people who are working on Doctor Who now don't get it. They have a political mentality. They have an SJW woke mentality. But they don't really have a passion for writing stories and giving the audience, us, the audience, something to savour, to think, I can't wait to watch this again and again and again. Ryan pretty much was a substitute this week again. Here's the thing, as I keep on saying, Graham is the only one. Now, this is really interesting for me because it's blatantly obvious they're going to kill the best companion. Then we're going to be stuck with Ryan and Yaz, and I suspect we'll get a brand new companion. For me, 3 companions is too much. Yeah, we used to have 3 companions, and it was too much back then as well. But I think Classic Who did a much better job with representing 3 companions than they're doing. Because blatantly, Graham's the only one who works. And it's not like he's peeling off the layers of Graham. But everything he does and says works. You embrace his character. You care about his character. Now, I don't know if it's Bradley Walsh's performance, if it's purposely done by Chibnall, because he's planning to kill him off, that he wants us to care about him more. But there's the mistake, because once Graham leaves, I think some of the audience... Let me tell you something. When the female Doctor was cast, I think a lot of people were very angry and disappointed. But then when Bradley was cast, we kind of took a step back and go, well, you know, they might have taken that away from us, but they're bringing Bradley Walsh in, and that's pretty cool. And I think that would have brought more people back to the Doctor Who party that probably wouldn't have watched if it wasn't for him. So will they do this every year, kind of cast someone a little bit well known? I don't know. This episode really is. I'll give it a 5 out of 10 for effort because it did start off really well, but I just didn't feel it. I didn't feel the emotion. I'm a Greek Cypriot. You know, we had the war in 74 when we fought the Turks, and the country is now divided. It's been divided for many years. So I understand these things. I do. I really understand where that culture is coming from. But the writers didn't do a good enough job with it to make us feel it. Because, as I say, the first 20 minutes, I started to enjoy this and thinking, wow, this is going to get high praise. But by minute 20, 25, as I said, I was very, very disinterested. And this is kind of a symptom of the whole season so far. Starts off so well. And then when you get to the middle part, it becomes very middling. The pacing begins to be problematic. And for me, that's the thing with this season of Doctor Who. It is all very problematic. I hope you're enjoying the reviews. I'm sorry that they're coming out negative. It's just my opinion. If you're enjoying this, I'm really happy for you, because I really wish I could enjoy it too. Subscribe, share the video, share the channel, and let me know what you think. Comment down below. Thank you. And we'll see what goes on next week in Doctor Who. Heaven help us.